One of the most underexplored aspects of Watch Dogs 1 is how the game's morality and choice system subtly influences both gameplay and narrative perception of Aiden Pearce. While many players focus on hacking and combat mechanics, the game continuously presents moral dilemmas that force players to consider the consequences of their actions. From optional civilian interactions to mission-critical decisions, Aiden is often placed in situations where the right choice is ambiguous. These moments aren't always highlighted by explicit morality meters. Instead, the game relies on context, consequences, and environmental storytelling to communicate the weight of decisions. This subtle approach makes Aiden's morality feel organic, allowing players to interpret him as a vigilante, an anti-hero, or even a ruthless enforcer depending on their own actions. One example is the civilian profiling mechanic. Every person Aiden can scan is connected to a digital profile containing secrets, financial data, or potential criminal behavior. Players can choose to use this information to prevent crimes, manipulate people, or exploit weaknesses for personal gain. These choices directly shape how Aiden is perceived in the story and how players experience the world. If the player intervenes to prevent crimes or help civilians, Aiden's actions lean toward vigilantism, highlighting his protective instincts after the family tragedy. Conversely, exploiting civilians or allowing collateral damage reinforces a darker interpretation of his character, turning him into a calculating figure who values efficiency and revenge over empathy. The game never judges these choices overtly, which encourages reflection on the player's own moral framework. The morality system also extends to mission execution. Many missions have multiple paths that differ in consequences for bystanders, rival gangs, or law enforcement. For instance, during certain combat or sabotage missions, players can choose stealth and minimal collateral damage, or aggressive approaches that maximize chaos but risk harming innocents. The city and NPCs react accordingly. Emergency services respond, police presence increases, and civilians flee or panic. This dynamic reinforces the sense that Aiden is operating in a living system where moral decisions are inseparable from tactical outcomes. It's a rare example of emergent morality in an open-world game, where consequences ripple beyond immediate objectives. Aiden's morality is further complicated by his personal sense of guilt and obsession. Unlike many open-world protagonists who operate with detached pragmatism, Aiden's motivations are framed by the trauma of his niece's death. The game uses narrative, cutscenes, and optional dialogue to show that he carries the weight of this tragedy into every decision. This creates tension between what is strategically optimal and what is ethically defensible. Players often find themselves questioning whether collateral damage is justified or if inaction is morally preferable, forcing engagement with the story on both an emotional and intellectual level.